Hello, Medipreneurs. Pleased to be here today with Sue Paul and Dan Krinsky, who are going to provide one of our sessions on Saturday afternoon about pharmacogenomics. We know that that's a hot topic right now. Would each of you share with us just a little bit about how you became interested in this area?
Sure, I'll go ahead and get started. Thanks for the opportunity to provide a little bit of an introduction. In a previous career, I was in charge of a pharmacokinetic service and understood the importance of trying to individualize drug therapy for patients. About 2.5 years ago, an opportunity came to my attention while I was a professor here at Neomed to attend a training session for pharmacogenomics to become a train-the-trainer in helping to educate other healthcare professionals. And based on my background and interest, it just seemed like the next logical step to get a little education in this area of our profession.
It's great. How about you, Sue?
Mine started with actually in a cardiology office. The cardiologists were prescribing Effient and Brilinta at the hospital to all the patients receiving a stent PCI, and I kept wondering, then the patients would come back. We had an outpatient hospital pharmacy. They'd come back the next month, they'd get their 30 days free, and their copays were outrageous. And I kept wondering why they weren't even using Plavix, and this was probably 2014 or so. And so I started looking into it and realized that Plavix was metabolized to its active form through a gene, and that 26% of the population have variants in this gene that don't let them metabolize it to the active form. So I looked a little bit further. I found a lab who would do the cheek swab for us and attempted to implement that into the hospital system. So what I was just trying to do was save patients money, find out why the docs weren't using a cheaper alternative, and then found a solution once I found out the reason, and it just led me down this rabbit hole of pharmacogenomics.
What an awesome way for both of you to get there. I love that. So Medipreneurs who come in April are going to have 6 different sessions to choose from, which is really hard to do. They get to go to 2 of those 6. So tell us why they would choose yours and what they're going to get from that time with you.
Sue, would you like to handle that, or would you like me to handle it? I'll go ahead and take it to start. So I think that pharmacogenomics is an important part of our future as a profession. I think it provides us with an opportunity to customize a patient's drug regimen to provide, obviously, the safest, most effective drug regimen. And because it has the word pharmaco in it, we need to own this. And people are looking for ways to expand their practice, to help patients in different ways, and to generate some additional revenue. And pharmacogenomics provides all those opportunities wrapped into one wonderful 90-minute session.
Anything to add, Sue?
I don't. I do think it's the next best, biggest thing. Pharmacists need to own this space. It's right up our alley. For me, it answered so many questions about, why would somebody need omeprazole twice a day? The way that I learned about PPIs, they shouldn't need it more than once a day. And it answered all those questions. And this is where pharmacists need to be. I think that traditional retail roles, hospital roles, may be fading away. And this is one way to use our clinical skills to make it more patient-centered.
Now, I know it's something that I want to incorporate into my practice, and I don't feel qualified to do so just yet. I've seen everything from 1-hour discussions to full day sorts of things. How much training does a pharmacist need to really use this in their practice, and how do you all prepare people for that?
Well, from my perspective, it's important to have the background knowledge, the foundational knowledge, and then to work with people that have experience to get some case studies under my belt to learn how to apply the knowledge. And so I think the 90-minute session at Medipreneurs is going to give people a taste of what's out there. But I would highly recommend people interested in adding this to their practice to attend more of a longer, more in-depth certificate type of training program. And Sue and I do offer that through the business that we started through the Test to Learn program.
Mhm.
We offer some home study to get some of the foundational knowledge. And then we have an 8-hour live session that offers some of the application opportunities. I think if you really want to get into this area of our profession, you need the 90-minute session will be a great place to start. And then the additional, more in-depth training would be a great place to learn how to apply it.
That makes sense. So for people that are wondering how and if and when this would fit in their practice, you'll answer those questions in the workshop. But then to make it an active, viable part of their practice, they're probably going to need to invest some more later, correct?
Yes, and I think another opportunity by attending the full day session is you get a chance to network with other people with the same interests.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a fairly small group of people that are doing this now, but it's going to grow. And if you get in on more of the ground floor, you help to establish a practice and help to establish a network. I think that'll provide additional opportunities.
Great. And I'm assuming at Medipreneurs, people can ask you all so many more questions to decide what their best next steps would be.
We hope so.
So Sue, I know your answer to this question, but Dan, can you tell us why do you want to come to Medipreneurs of all the places you could be sharing this?
Well, I think it's what I just mentioned previously. It's the opportunity to network with like-minded individuals and people that are truly thinking about the future of the profession, people thinking about unique, even more challenging ways to grow our profession, to create unique services. And I think collectively we're going to be stronger than each one of us individually. So I'm looking forward to the networking opportunity at Medipreneurs.
Oh, I agree completely. Anything else you want people to know as they're making their decisions as to how to spend their time at the summit?
Come visit. Spend some time with us. I think you'll get as excited about it as we are.
Excellent.
I agree.
Well, thank you both. And we look forward, Medipreneurs, to seeing all of you April 26th to the 28th.